have a punch bag in the garden.
The hostas were really badly affected by the frost the other night.
That may be bigger than Indy's, Angelica.
Is it?
Think you might be in the litter competition.
I have a problem with rabbits.
Oh! We've got Pam working hard, Patrick supervising.
Purple potato plants.
Indy's favourite subject, purple potato.
It was about that big.
Welcome to Weatheroak. Although we're not in open gardens this year, we do feel like we've spent rather a lot of time in our garden recently. We've painted the dovecot, we've painted the fence, however, one of the early victims of coronavirus was our lemon tree, which has sadly died despite being in isolation. The olive tree is outside recuperating, and we've created some new space for the lavender out of scraps of wood. We've had a little tidy up around the bird feeder, and we rescued a birdhouse from the skip. We thought it was handy to have a punch bag in the garden rather than in the house. We hopefully have brought our pear tree back from the brink, and it's looking very healthy this year. Vegetables are coming along nicely, particularly the potatoes. Gooseberries, nice crop. Rhubarb and raspberries. And you never know, possibly even some figs. It's a beautiful time of year in the garden. The weeds are having a lovely time, but we're also fortunate, despite the times we're in, to be able to spend time in our gardens, and I hope sharing this with you will give you something to have and to look at.
cut and come lettuce, selection of tomatoes and a cucumber plant. See you next month, the Donovans.
Okay, so you may recognise this garden, which was open for Barlaston Open Gardens in 2018. The house is called Two Trees, and we have Rita modelling her new feature, which is a working well, so they can save on the water bills. I have an alien in the garden. Mickey Mouse as a gnome. Minnie Mouse, a wizard.
Well, here we are at the blacks again. We've got some bedding plants waiting to go in. And that flower bed is looking a little bit different. And in with the giraffes are a couple of beautiful angelica. Sounds as though I know what I'm talking about, but I just recall Indy telling me that name. And a quick pan around to the amazing potato plants, purple potato plants. I moved them there out of the wind and they absolutely love that spot, and I'm thinking they are going to be fabulous. We've missed the best of the colours, unfortunately, with the rhododendrons have now gone and the azaleas are dying back, but the scent is gorgeous. I'm afraid we also lost the wisteria to the wind, and we obviously haven't pruned it properly because it's gone a bit mad. But round here, and just, I'm going to try and do a zoom down there, is you can see some little carrots, purple carrots coming through. We haven't got a veg patch, but Andrew has just popped various vegetables in the flower bed, so we're going to get some surprises when they come up. And even the laburnum, which is usually amazing now, has been battered by the wind. And then there's some lovely shrub with pink tinged leaves, which is absolutely gorgeous. I'm afraid I don't know its name. So we look forward to seeing you again in the summer.
My wisteria in a pot is looking absolutely fantastic, and the scent is incredible. If you get close, you might just be able to smell it. This Aeonium Schwarzkopf was given to me by one of my lovely gardening friends a few years ago, Janet, and it's doing really well. It's about 4 foot tall now, and gardening gifts are always welcome. One month later and the trilliums are still in flower. You can see the difference between the smaller English and the taller Spanish bluebells. I have Dutch irises growing in the lawn, so after the daffodils are finished, then they come up and take over. I've got about a dozen different types of purple and red potatoes growing in the ground and in big 70-litre pots. This is a foxtail lily, Eramurius, and I've got it growing in a pot so I can move it around, and I've got several flower spikes this year, so that's really exciting. Trollius Golden Queen, I would definitely recommend it to add a splash of colour. This is a foxtail barley, and it's a lovely pinkish colour. Looks great when the wind's blowing along the path. This is called a tree onion. It's perennial, it just keeps making more bulbs at the end of each stem, and you can just pick them off and eat them like spring onions. This is a really tall allium called Summer Drummer. This is a Linaria cannonwent, and the bees absolutely love it. The delphiniums are looking fantastic. I've got about 10 flower spikes on this one plant. This is one bulb I would definitely recommend. It's an Ornithigolum magnum. It's a bit like a Camassia, but I think a lot tidier. The red hot pokers are just popping out. I've got several varieties. I'm really excited about these plants. I picked them up from the Paris Flower Show in October. I've got a orange raspberry, a purple raspberry and a gold raspberry and a simicifuga. .98 meters. This is a martagon lily. Yep. So we've got Pam working hard, Patrick supervising, telling her what to do, cutting the hedges. Pam says the baskets have just gone out. Pam and Patrick opened their garden in 2019 for Barlaston Open Gardens, so you may remember. I always enjoy walking past Pam and Patrick's house because there's always something in bloom and it's always looking fantastic.
Spring.
Well, he was,
Ceramic, Tennessee.
I think there was 3 of them
Summer.
in the first year, and they were given a project to do.
And
I
autumn
think
down
Manchester
here.
University. They were getting this programme to do
And then winter.
with this particular guy who lives in Holland.
Crashed down and they've fallen on the gazebo, but anyway, I really quite like it like that, so I might leave it. This is my bog garden here, and it seems to be going okay now, looking sort of fuller than it did a few weeks ago, I must say. I've just started this round here. Yesterday I had some work done in the garden, and this was the remnants of an arch, which you probably saw when you came in, all that little rat. And I decided to put it on one end and have like a little moon hanging down, but it's a bathroom mirror. Cut my topiaries about 2 weeks ago. My cloud here, which was in its infancy, is looking better now. It's getting more cladded with the leaves. But these clematis here, Mrs. Bateman they're called, these clematis, are wonderful. They're like plates. I really love them. The size of them is enormous. And then look at how big my angelica is as well. I've never fed it or anything. And I just seem to get these seeds, they come from a seed.
That may be bigger than Indy's angelica.
Is it?
You might be in the little competition.
I don't know, but mine are just seedlings in the garden. They just seed themselves everywhere. I've got this red honeysuckle, and I've got a lovely clematis, but I've matched it, the colour-wise, with the rhododendron and the orange roses the other way round. See what I mean?
Yeah.
But round the back, I've actually got one clematis out. That's the only one so far. But she is gorgeous, isn't she? Look at her.
Beautiful.
Isn't she beautiful? And then I am religiously watching out for lily beetle. I've picked about 6 up and crushed them with my foot. I said, if I see any lily beetles, I'm going to crush you. But this is my cactus, well, starting my cactus garden here. Over here, but they were absolutely gorgeous a short while ago.
Hi Indy and the Barlaston gardening group. This is just an update from David in Diamond Ridge. Here we are, the comfy seat and the hosta. The hostas were really badly affected by the frost the other night, and here we have some bedding plants out. I'm just hardening them off, and hopefully I have a problem with rabbits, and whatever I don't manage to keep surviving in the garden beds will be replaced by these. Lettuce in the greenhouse, coming on fantastic. The tomatoes are looking absolutely ace. We've got 2 Elsa Craig, 2 Alicante and 2 Shirley in there, and they are really doing well. Over here on the left hand side we have some lime green zinnias and the runner beans. These are the second sowing. I've already got some outside and the frost claimed the first lot, but I had a few spares and popped them in. Over here behind the greenhouse is Indy's favourite subject, purple potatoes. I've got 5 bags of them. These are all samples from Indy and every one of them is looking absolutely fine. Here we have a row of nice radish, not French breakfast but the round one, just can't remember the variety, and the runner beans with Swiss chard in between. The sparrows seem to like that, they keep nibbling at it. Other than that, the rest of the garden is coming on. This is a nice climbing rose called Madame de Bouchard. The scent is absolutely wonderful. It's one of those that they've mentioned in the past on Gardener's World. And here we go round to the circular bed. Again, things are looking good if I can just keep the rabbits away. Over and out.
Amazing. Potato plants. Purple potato plants.
Over here, behind the greenhouse, is Indy's favourite subject, purple potatoes. I've got 5 bags of them. These are all samples from Indy, and every one of them is looking absolutely fine.
And this is my garden in the afternoon. It's getting a bit of sun. This is my rose that likes to think it's a climber. It's supposed to be a shrub. I don't know what this plant is called, but it's lovely. It's an evergreen and it flowers in the spring. And there is my Dicentra. Very pleased with that this year. And these will be my hanging baskets.
Well, as you can see, the garden has been stripped, not looking too great at the moment. We've started to remove some lawn. We've built a couple of nice big planters. So this week we've dug out a drainaway all the way down the side of the building. We've taken out an old tree stump there. That was a lovely find. I shall turn that into some kind of ornament or structure. This the left-hand side here will be raised up slightly higher, up to where the weed sheet is, and then we've got all the weed sheet gone down now at the front. The grid will be boxed in but accessible from the back with 2 large planters to the front. Then obviously we've got what we did a couple of weeks ago here, our little cute seating area.
Matt's working very hard and James is supervising.
Rose is just thinking about coming out. Say hi to Percy.
What?
We've rebarked all of this area, although we've got such a lot of birds. They keep chucking all the bark out to find worms. Some gorgeous irises. It's called a Russian vine. So I'm really excited to see how that manages. It was about that big. And in 1 year it's gone to that, so that's it begins with an A, azalea, that's the word. This is my husband. Hello, John. Passiflora seems to have gone a bit funny this year. I think it's coming back a bit now, but it has gone a bit straggly. Any tips for that would be helpful. This rope though that we put up, so we tried a few times with different sorts of trellis across the top and it just got blown about in the wind. Like a basket. So we've got, yeah, so this honeysuckle, obviously this is the part of the rope that's really going well, and this part's coming along now. Sorry, next door's washing out, you didn't see that. Just edit that bit out, Indy. Yeah. Lovely Hebe that we had this year, brand new for John's birthday. This from Indy's collection the other day when he was doing his sale. Courgette, which again just put it out the day before, 2 days before the frost. It was a... Hope you enjoyed it.
Oh! This is Phil working very hard in his garden, and is the garden's had a complete change and all of the tree roots have been dug out by Phil himself.